In Northern Europe, there is a country with a population of only 5.6 million and a standing army of just 24,000 personnel. By any measure, it cannot be considered a major military power. But to underestimate this country because of that would be an extremely dangerous mistake. Because this country is Finland, a nation that has been preparing for war for a full 80 years. In November 1939, the Soviet Union launched an invasion of Finland. The gap in strength was almost overwhelming. The Soviet Union had over 450,000 troops, thousands of tanks, and a powerful air force, while Finland had fewer than 200,000 soldiers with modest equipment. On paper, the outcome seemed to have no suspense, but what happened next shocked the entire world. Finnish forces used forests, snow, and extreme cold to turn the battlefield into their own domain. Dressed in white camouflage, they ambushed Soviet troops in temperatures of -40 degrees, cut off supply lines, and destroyed isolated units one by one. Soviet tanks, unable to maneuver on narrow forest roads, became easy targets. According to official Russian statistics, 167,976 Soviet soldiers were killed or went missing, one of the heaviest losses a small nation has ever inflicted on a superpower in modern military history. Although Finland was ultimately forced to cede 11% of its territory, it proved one thing: Finland cannot be easily conquered. That war thoroughly shaped Finland's national strategy. During the Cold War, Finland adopted a cautious and pragmatic neutrality, maintaining a delicate balance between the two great military blocs of East and West to ensure national security and political independence. After the Cold War ended, the United States and its NATO allies cut defense budgets, abolished conscription, and reduced the size of their armed forces, fully enjoying the economic dividends of peace. Finland, however, remained highly vigilant toward Russia and never relaxed its military readiness. Finland became one of the few countries that did not shift toward a smaller, fully professional army. Instead, it continued mandatory conscription and built its national defense on a large, well-trained reserve force. Finland trains approximately 21,000 new recruits every year, and upon completion of service, they are immediately enrolled in the National Reserve System. Finland currently has approximately 280,000 wartime reservists ready for mobilization, while around 10,000 reservists rotate through refresher training annually to keep combat capabilities sharp. In extreme wartime conditions, Finland can mobilize up to 870,000 reservists, a scale extraordinarily impressive across all of Europe, surpassing even many countries with far larger populations. Even more noteworthy is the unusually high public acceptance of military service within Finnish society. A recent poll showed that 73% of Finnish citizens support the continuation of conscription. This nationwide defense awareness has become a cornerstone of Finland's national security system. What is equally impressive is that Finland has achieved all of this without spending enormous sums on defense. Looking at Finland's defense expenditure over the past 20 years, it has actually been lower than Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. Conscription is cost-effective. Finland can call up hundreds of thousands of trained soldiers without paying them full-time salaries. Finland is also shrewd in equipment procurement, always purchasing at the right moment to obtain the most favorable prices. In short, this country has built an outstanding military force on a limited budget. In terms of the army, Finland fields approximately 650 tanks, of which around 200 are German-made Leopard 2A6 and Leopard 2A4 main battle tanks, forming the core of its heavy armored strength. Finland also possesses what is widely regarded as the most powerful artillery force in Western Europe, totaling approximately 1,500 fire systems, including around 700 howitzers and cannons, 700 mortars, and 100 heavy and light multiple launch rocket systems. This gives Finland an extremely powerful long-range fire suppression capability. Finland has also procured 96 additional units to further enhance artillery mobility and fire response speed. In the field of armored vehicles, most of Finland's armored personnel carriers are the AMV, produced by domestic company Patria, a highly modular vehicle capable of adapting to various combat roles while combining excellent protection and mobility. Due to Finland's geography, Finnish troops have long been accustomed to cold weather operations. The Finnish Jager Brigade is proficient in Arctic combat, training a significant advantage in the region. Finnish forces, including the Jäger Regiment Special Forces, regularly conduct joint training with allied nations. In terms of the Air Force, Finland currently operates 16 FA-18 Hornet fighter jets, which will be replaced over the coming years by 64 F-35A stealth fighters. Deliveries will officially begin this year. This upgrade will give Finland stealth combat capability, advanced sensor fusion, and a stronger aerial combat advantage, significantly enhancing its overall air defense. The Finnish Navy is relatively small, but its core mission is defending national territorial waters and coastal areas. It operates approximately 20 patrol and inshore combat vessels, along with support ships, landing craft, 5 minilayers, and 3 Katamp-class minesweepers. Finland's complex coastline composed of islands, reefs, and shallow waters is ideal for mine warfare. The Navy also fields 8 fast attack craft with considerable anti-ship capability. 4 Hamina-class vessels are currently undergoing midlife upgrades and will be fitted with advanced combat systems. Finland is also constructing 4 new Pohjanmaa-class multi-purpose light frigates capable of long-range surface warfare, anti-submarine operations, and minilaying, designed to operate in Baltic winter conditions. The project was originally scheduled for 2028, though Finnish media reports suggest completion may slip to 2029. Compared to Russia, whose population is more than 25 times that of Finland's annual defense budget of approximately $6 to $7 billion appears limited. To compensate, Finland has developed a national defense policy centered on comprehensive security. This policy emphasizes that national defense is not solely the military's responsibility, but a shared task for the entire society. The system integrates government agencies, commercial organizations, and educational institutions to ensure that in war or crisis, the whole of society can maintain normal functioning and sustain resistance. The Finnish government runs a 3-week national defense course, widely inviting citizens to strengthen their security awareness and crisis response capabilities. The government also promotes the 72-hour preparedness concept, requiring households to survive independently for at least 72 hours without state assistance by stockpiling sufficient food, drinking water, and basic medical supplies, thereby strengthening the overall resilience of society. Finland has over 50,000 shelters nationwide, capable of accommodating approximately 85% of the population. About 75% of these shelters are part of private buildings, because Finnish law requires any building exceeding 1,200 square meters to include shelter facilities. In peacetime, they serve as parking garages, gymnasiums, metro stations, or fitness centers, but in a crisis, they convert into protective facilities within 72 hours. The comprehensive security policy also places strong emphasis on countering information warfare and hybrid warfare, preventing hostile forces from undermining Finland's stability through information manipulation, economic pressure, or social division. The outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine war prompted Finland to officially join NATO in April 2023, a major shift in its national security strategy. Finland brought to NATO a highly mature defense system and powerful mobilization capabilities. Its 1,300-kilometer border with Russia allows NATO to deploy forces directly near Russian territory and significantly strengthens its strategic presence in Northern Europe. NATO can now more effectively control key Baltic Sea areas, limiting Russian naval freedom of movement between St. Petersburg and Kaliningrad. Finland's accession has further strengthened NATO's Arctic strategic advantages, and under the Nordic Defense Cooperation Framework, Finland's established military partnerships with Norway and Sweden have significantly enhanced overall regional defense capability. Finland has long adhered to a simple yet profound defense philosophy. Even the largest bear will not lightly attack a porcupine. This strategy does not pursue parity with a great power's military strength. It builds powerful defensive capabilities so that any potential aggressor must pay an unbearable price. After the outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine war, European nations began rebuilding their military forces one after another, while Finland had no need to start over, because its military capabilities had never been diminished. Finland has always maintained high readiness and prepared for the worst, It is precisely this long upheld national defense philosophy that has made Finland one of the most combat-ready nations in Europe today. Alright, that's all for today's video. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.